The force of your bond, a power like life itself, unseen for generations, a dyad in the force.
DYAD monsters! Welcome to another episode of DYAD in the Force, episode 265. We had a action-packed week.
I mean, every week is action-packed when you're a geek nowadays. Anyone been following the news coming on at CinemaCon?
Lots of news coming out of there. The one most relevant to us is the final trailer for Mandalorian Grogu, as well as, of course, the latest Maul. We have a Godzilla minus 0. What else?
There was just some. I mean, I don't know if you caught up on The Boys or Invincible or anything like that.
No, I haven't. That's how every week goes on DYAD in the Force. There's something that we're behind on.
Listen, this wouldn't be DYAD if one of us wasn't behind. That's why we work well together. You know, we pick up each other's slack. That's the whole point.
Speaking of which, though, I haven't seen the final trailer. I was hoping you hadn't either, because we were to react to live.
I have not.
How many people in the chat have already seen the final trailer? Because I have the poll. Did the latest Mando trailer excite you more? 89% said yes.
89? Okay, then we got to start with that, because they'll be. Because I don't even want to look at chat until.
Shout out to Podbuns in the TikTok side. Look what we have here. LOTR casting news. Oh, we gotta brush up on that as well. X-Core watched it last night at work. Smart guy saw it. I'm sure most people have. So why don't we start with that? Let's watch it live and react live to it. And then, of course, as usual, we'll take some live calls and see if people have some thoughts. All right. Can you see?
Oh, say, can you? All right, yep.
All right. Let's watch it. I can already see that we're starting with Dagobah, or what I'm choosing to believe is Dagobah.
The Dagobah system.
Dagobah. All right. Let's see it.
We've all heard stories of the
From Sigourney
Mandalorian
Weaver?
bounty hunter and a child.
I only hunt Imperial war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Okay.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor first.
Yeah, check your armor.
We're protecting everything the rebellion fought for.
Good luck.
Oh my god. And Zealot Squad.
Horrible baby.
We need a professional.
Hang on.
What happens when you're not there to protect him?
You good?
It's a good question.
Ember will be there to protect him.
I'll be right behind you. Go.
Dude, he's got a freaking mini starship with the Anzellans.
You will suffer. Then it will be his turn.
Monsters. The old protect the young. And then the young
inherit?
Protect the old.
Oh. What?
It's time.
Are you scared? You should be.
Good job, baby.
This is the way.
One thing I will say about the title is that it does excite me that, like, in 2 years we'll get a new movie and it's just gonna be called Grogu. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, or maybe we'll get Grogu and the Mandalorian next, and then just Grogu.
That was great. I got super hyped. It looks like a lot of fun. What did you think?
That's the big thing for me. It just looks like a fun, enjoyable romp. You know, I'm still not sure of. I mean, it does appear to have like the cinematic grandeur that we would want to see on a big screen. But I also be honest with you, there are quite a few episodes just of The Mandalorian that I would like to see on the big screen too. You know, particularly like with the Crate Dragon and stuff like that. Like, yeah, there's a few, even as is. I'm hyped to see it. I still want Star Wars to widen up, you know, rather than staying with the Lone Wolf and Cub stories. But this is hopefully stepping beyond that trope and giving us the evolution of it. And then also, I can't really expect like a big change like this far into the same series, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm hype.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of over the tropey critical analysis now. Like Maul has done some real damage to my critical analysis, where it's like, oh, there's the absentee father trope. But like the way Maul has been, and we'll talk about it. We'll take some live calls too. The way Maul has structured its narrative, it just allows the tropes to be like, yeah, it's the trope, but the interpersonal writing is going to be tremendous, and it has been tremendous with the Mandalorian Grogu, Lone Wolf and Cub, whatever. But I'm looking at what themes they're exploring with this, right? Because the Lone Wolf and Cub is always like it's always like a voyage type of theme, but in this case they seem to be doubling down on this notion that Grogu is going to inherit. I was about to quote the Bibles. Grogu will inherit the earth. No, they seem to be doubling down on this theme.
By Bible, you mean Samuel L. Jackson? I'm sorry.
They seem to be doubling down on this notion that Grogu is going to inherit or survive. Not in the way that like Din's gonna die, but rather survive narratively and inherit the future generation of storytelling. And so like, you know, the quotes in there, it's like, what will you do when you're no longer there to protect him? And like,
all right, Nemo, later.
The theme of the trailer was the old protect the young, and then the young protect the old. And we did get like a little ambiguous frame there with Grogu kind of holding on to a gauntlet there that looked like Din. And perhaps maybe Din gets really hurt. I don't know. But I am feeling this kind of generational transfer narrative amidst the Lone Wolf and Cub trope.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I feel like this is tropes done well, right? Because like the purpose of the trope is that we are familiar in our. We are familiar enough with it that we don't have to have our hand held through the macro narrative of the story, so we can focus on the micro narrative, right? Yeah. It's like watching, you know, a love story, and we don't have to explain how people got to live in the city and how they got their driver's licenses. Like we can take everything else for granted that this person has a job and a life job and a life, and we can focus on the micro. And I think that's the whole purpose of the trope. And I think we are getting that. Like, it sucks when it's only the trope without any depth added to it. But like Gage says, I think we're going to get a lot more independence out of Grogu in this. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I am hoping that we get like 40 minutes without Din. It's just Grogu and Anzellas just driving around, picking up chicks and doing stuff.
We just might. I mean, there was a frame in there where, like, it wasn't even like the speeder that they were like driving. It was like a starship with like an off ramp, and Zealot's standing at the door. I'm like, do they have like a tiny ass starship, like a millennium chick or something? That's
Millennium
awesome.
Sparrow, or
just thinking of like
Century Sparrow
in terms of scale for some of these species, you know. Shout out to the Filipino Jedi. Thank you for the tiny diny. Appreciate you. Salamat po. And then Jananananan said, "I'll eat up the lone wolf and pup story every time." I mean that's one of the most popular tropes for sure. Archive Redacted said Embo has a new Anuba. Is it a new Anuba?
It could be. I don't know. Listen, whenever we make the transition from animated to live action, things can look different, and so but maybe he has background information that I just don't have. But yeah, that's not something I can plant my flag in. But maybe. I do hope that they get that. Embo does get to do stuff, because like we only get slow motion aura farming so far, which is cool. That's right. It's either a new Anuba or they forgot Aftermath, but it's the Mandalorian. Like, they've already, the whole Cobb Vanth story half copies and half forgets Aftermath as well. So I don't know.
Yeah. The Millennium Jackdaw. It's either so technically they could just forget some of those things. Like, it's not the first time that they've forgotten small details.
So I'm not taking it for granted.
And then, of course, yeah, it could be just as easy as, like, it's a new Anuba. We don't even know if Embo is calling it Marak.
Or if he cloned his original. I don't know.
I mean, do we have confirmation that the name of this Anuba is Marak?
No.
And so then it could just be like a new Anuba. Anuba. The 20-minute preview, Din goes John Wick. How's it going, Red Six Down? I did see that our good friends Alex and Molly got to tour a set, and I was like, screw you. No, I'm just kidding. They got to see the behind the scenes on some of the sets, and they saw the first 20 minutes of it. That was really cool. I mean, like, the marketing's ramping up, man. They're going to try their best to make this a spectacular return to theaters. I also have not seen the actual official trailer for Street Fighter.
All right. Are we going to jump into that right now, or did we want to finish up? I mean, does anyone have any other comments or thoughts or things we want to mention for Mando and Grogu before we take in another trailer?
I mean, it's not like we're going to abandon the discussion after we watch this, but yeah, after we react to it, we're going to take live calls and for sure sit down and discuss what we've seen, both with Maul, this week's Maul episodes, and the Mandalorian Grogu final trailer. And anything else that people want to talk about. Remember that the dyad monsters can direct what we talk about as much as possible. All right, I wanna see this trailer.
All right, let's do it. When does the movie come out, by the way?
October 16.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got good news, y'all. Gathered here are the world's best fighters.
I won't deny it, I'm a street fighter.
But only one of which will be crowned.
Gosh, Cody Rhodes looks ridiculous.
You win.
Hey!
Why does Ken look like Joey
You're not a
Gashi?
warrior anymore, you're a sideshow.
What's up, MTV? I'm Ken Masters.
This is your shot at redemption.
Were you gonna show?
Okay.
Maybe it's Ken's turn to be champion.
I'm sorry?
Ken was a champion. What was happening?
Yeah.
Anyways, keep going.
Ken is... Well, okay. Are they...
It might be a mix-up of the story, but it sounds like this... It almost feels like this is going to be like a largely... Ryu is like the protagonist primary of most Street Fighter projects. This one might be Ken.
I still think that this is a Ryu and Ken. I'm happy to see that there is a narrative focus and it's not just a tournament.
Random stuff, yeah.
But I don't know. Is Capcom considering this canon or because
hopefully this is its own universe.
Yeah.
And if it works, we can get more and more projects. You know, if not, whatever.
How did you find me?
I'm paid to find champions. Even if they're lost.
Good to see you, old friend. Still reckless. Sit down. This tournament is not what it seems. We have to be ready.
I'm upset.
Everyone keeps going on about your thighs. I don't see what the big deal is. Bitch, please.
Okay, we got a SPD.
Cal in the house. Some psycho power.
What's going
Jason Momoa Blanca.
I'm positive that a fireball came out of Ryu.
Do it, Ryu!
I mean, it
Listen.
looks cheesy as all hell. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, we'll watch it for sure. There's a couple of things that I'm upset about. But if it's its own like universe, whatever, I'm still gonna be upset about the chronology and the portrayal of Ken because that's not Ken's character at all. And it only happens so the way that it is being presented is that this is like one of the first World Warrior tournaments because Bison is, you know, a statue there, or Dictator is a statue there, and Ken is historically the champion of Street Fighter for many years. But then he becomes like Eliza leaves him because of this lifestyle, and he becomes a drunk, and he like his relationship with his son is fractured. That's when he becomes like a drunk and like you know, down on his luck. But like that is later, and it seems to be like a mix-up, at least for me, because like Ken is like, I look at Ryu and he's like full-grown beard. It looks like he's later in his years, but then Ken looks young, and he should be like he should be in tip-top shape champion mode before he loses it all. And that's part of what I'm like upset about, because like the actual canon is that Ken beats Ryu twice, and then that causes Ryu to go on a pilgrimage, and that's why he becomes a wanderer, to learn a whole bunch of martial arts. So
now again, we still don't know everything though, because that could very well still be the narrative. You know what I mean? Like we could be in a day and age where that happened, right? Like only they were more standard tournaments with less evil underpinnings. You know, Ryu goes on his pilgrimage, and then that's when the evilness starts, and that's when, you know, Julie goes around and is trying to collect people or whatever.
You said Julie?
And we saw those. Julie was in there, right? Was I mistaken?
Who do you think is Julie? Julia is a Tekken character.
Yeah.
Or are you saying Chun-Li?
No, Chun-Li is also in there, and that's why we got the thigh line. I thought I saw Julie in there, but I guess I could be mistaken. Anyways, yeah, it could very well be that in this world of competing, he has gotten so on top of the world that nothing matters anymore to him. You know what I mean? And he's just partying up in his penthouse. Like there's no challenge to it anymore. But this year is different because people are coming in with superpowers. You know, and then he gets beat by 50 Cent.
I suppose my confusion lies in like the narration that maybe it's Ken's turn to be champion, because Ryu was never interested in being a champion, right? He was always about furthering his martial art. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously as a Street Fighter fan, I'm gonna go see it. I'm not gonna write it off completely. I just like it's kind of a stark departure from the lore that I'm familiar with.
Which is fine, you know. It means we get a new narrative to play around with, and we don't know what to expect. It looks cheesy as all hell, but you know, I'm very much okay with it not taking itself seriously, because I know. I mean, we'll have to see how it lands.
I am a little bit more excited about the framing of the fights. Like seeing a full-fledged SPD from Zangief was pretty cool. And you know, sometimes you have to either like, you have to double down on it, or you have to be like, okay, he's just doing some wrestling moves. But if he's like gonna jump like 50 feet in the air and spin, and like smoke is going on, like, it looks like the fights are going to double down on the actual moves.
Yeah.
I don't understand Guile's confusion at key energy when he shoots booms. I'm pretty sure there was energy coming out of Ryu. Yeah, you shoot booms, buddy. But they might. I mean, I guess this is a framing of like how they're kind of conceptualizing the fighting.
I'm thinking that this is going to be like a awakening type tournament.
I suppose, and if that's the case, that means that Ken is the champion currently. Again, Ken doesn't like go through this phase until way later when Eliza leaves him. That's why I'm like in utter confusion. Also, Ken gave me Ken vibes from Barbie, which is just a little weird. But yeah, he does. It is a sonic boom, but also that's not how sonic booms like work too. Yeah.
It would mostly just be really loud, which would still be disorienting.
Let's see here. Weren't Ken and Ryu training partners for a long ass time? Yeah, they were trained by the same master. And throughout their training, Ryu always lost to Ken, which is what sparks his pilgrimage. And that's the traditional lore. Like, Ken was always the champion of Street Fighter, but after they both left their training, Ryu always won against him in a duel between brothers. And so like Ryu was always like the better fighter in terms of like martial prowess, but like Ken was always winning tournaments and stuff. So that was like their stark difference between the two.
The thing that upsets me though is that this needs to be an anime and not a movie. All right, give me a full anime where we get like full episode long duels where they go back to the corner and they strategize, or they have to learn new moves or learn how to adapt and all this stuff. That's what I actually
we could watch the Street Fighter animated feature again. I mean, that's still the best one, to be honest. You guys gonna watch the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer? Was that a Mortal Kombat 2 trailer out of CinemaCon?
I don't know if it was out of CinemaCon, but there is a new Mortal Kombat 2 trailer.
All right, 1 second. I'm certainly interested in that as well because it looks really good.
I mean, it definitely looks like a better quality movie. and it comes out like in like 2 weeks, right? Like it's coming out really soon, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm only seeing the one that was released a month ago, which is what we saw.
Okay.
There is a spot that they released 8 days ago, which is essential. Oh, I suppose it's the.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Because I was like, I think it came out before CinemaCon, but.
I think in general though, like it looks really good. I don't know if we necessarily need to react to it live, but we are gonna at this moment open up the lines, as it were. If you guys want to call in live and just talk about stuff, you're certainly welcome to. Shout out to Darth Angel on the TikTok side. Thank you for all of the likes. But yeah, if we have some callers, if we have anybody that wants to chat, we can talk Maul, Shadow Lord, the last 2 episodes. We can talk Mandalorian and Grogu. We can talk whatever you want. Eaton Black says, my rule of thumb is each Star Wars movie is an instant 4-time watch in theaters. 1, be completely overwhelmed. 2, start to absorb and comprehend. 3, finally engage. 4, sit, watch, geek out. I mean, I suppose I'll agree with that. Most of the time geeking out is me watching it at home. Because then I get to... I'm not bringing a laptop to the theater. I'm not bringing my Bible to the theater and like writing things down and, you know, geeking out. And that, because that's how I geek out, right? The most I've watched any Star Wars movie in the theater was 3 times. And that was The Last Jedi.
I mean, there's been a few movies I've seen a bit. I think The Force Awakens was actually the movie I saw in theaters the most, followed by The Last Jedi.
Because we had to make sure. The first time we were like, man, this is the best. And then everybody started hating it. You're like, wait, am I?
Oh, no. So those ones were all love. And then, you know, me and my buddy Travis wanted to go see it again. Like, we actually drove to San Francisco for like the biggest IMAX theater, because there was like 2 really, really big ones in the country. One of them was in the Bay Area. And then we also saw a Tarantino movie, the number 8, Mighty 8. What was it? Hateful 8? Yeah, Hateful 8. On the proper size screen, because that movie was shot on the same film with the same camera they shot Ben-Hur. Anyways, it was a whole thing. We had a whole cinema trip. But no, I'm excited. I did see Rise of Skywalker in theaters twice because I was so unhappy the first time. That's the first time I've ever done that. I was
you
like,
hate watched.
No, I was like, it didn't feel right. Maybe it was me. Maybe I had an off day. Maybe I had to poop or something like that, and it was, you know. But nope. Now, Pep, you might be interested in this. I don't know how much truth to it is because, again, this trailer was not shown outside of CinemaCon. But in the Doomsday trailer, apparently we saw a little bit of a fight between Shang-Chi and Gambit.
Yeah. I did hear that. I did watch Emergency Awesome's coverage of what happened, including like with Professor X talking about something as an incursion is happening in their universe. So it is, I mean, we've been calling it for a while now, and it's no secret that, like, you know, the universes or the Earths are going to start to merge in some way, shape, or form. But I'm glad that now, did they say Gambit because it looks like Gambit, or did they say Gambit because it was Channing Tatum?
They said Gambit, specifically Channing Tatum Gambit.
Got it. Well, I'm glad he's back, man. I think so far, which the bar is low, he's been the best iteration of Gambit.
I did like how they shot his action scenes, but we just need more Shang-Chi, you know?
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting fight to see, definitely.
I want to see how they set that
apparently they also had Yelena was sneaking around in the X mansion and then ended up fighting with Mystique somehow. I don't know why the hell we still are pretending that Mystique is friends with the X-Men, but unless always hanging out the X mansion and stuff. That's not a thing. It's just not a thing. But whatever. The thing, however, with Invisible Woman was like hanging out with Wakandans, and then apparently we got a peek at Doom with Thor.
Yeah, and Doom is going to be scarred. Are you happy about that?
I won't be happy until I see it.
Well, yeah. No, I was just gonna say, because like all of the other iterations kind of like made him look like Lord Byron. You know?
Well, I mean, I kind of like the concept that his own ego, and it's manifested like mental illness, that he had a small scar on his face, but that's all he could see, and that's why he was so like disgusted. I like the concept of him not actually being scarred, and when you actually see it, you're like, that's it. Man, what a little bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of like that idea. But either one is fine. And like in one of the comic iterations, it's a tiny scar. But then when he goes up to Tibet and was chilling with the monks who made the mask, like he put it on his face while it was still hot.
Yeah. I saw Cynic Dosh to New York 5 times. Had to take each of my friends to see that, and just needed multiple watches to fully appreciate it myself. Yeah, you know what? I saw the sequels multiple times also to kind of formulate my theories at the time as well, because there's you know, without like at home video, like you kind of have to like rely on your memory as to what you saw and then what you're pointing to. So, oh, actually, wait. The most that I've seen a movie in theaters in Star Wars is actually Revenge of the Sith, because that was the 4th time. Never mind.
It's because that's your favorite.
Hey, here's the thing that's been bugging the shit out of me. Why, when they were making HD TVs, did they not make them the same aspect ratio as film? Because most broadcasts back then were not a film ratio. Because remember, these are TVs. And when they made the transition to HD TVs and started making them in this like 16:9 or 16:10 ratio, most broadcast networks were still in 4:3.
Yeah, I mean, the films were just taking advantage of having the larger real estate, right? You're being projected onto a big screen. The other thing is, I don't think film truly had a specific aspect ratio. You know what I mean? Like, I actually think it varies. I'm sure there's going to be commonalities, but there's definitely some that are wider than others, and that's just the art of whomever was making it, and then later they form it and fit it to typical screen sizes.
Yeah, as you would witness with home video and even televised syndication of movies, the following broadcast has been formatted to fit your TV.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about when I saw Hateful Eight, right? That movie was super wide, like the widest that you can make films. That was
what's funny is that like whenever I watch movies on my monitors, or whenever I've watched a movie on an ultra wide, there's always letterboxing, and like just like Choco said, each movie is like a different sized letterbox, and you're just like, whatever, I'm never going to get this fully full screen in any display ever.
Yeah, so that was filmed in the ultra wide 2.76:1 aspect ratio using ultra Panavision 70 lenses and 65 millimeter film.
Yeah, but it's always a trade-off. You film in like the movies that filmed in like or the movies that you saw in like 4:3. You saw more vertical action. In widescreen, you saw more horizontal action. What do you prefer? I prefer Rebels. Rebels is full screen 16:9.
Yeah, I mean 16:9. You know, mobile generation. You gotta turn it sideways. You know.
Remember watching Jaws on VHS in the 80s with the opening sequence squeezed up to fit it all in. The rest of the movie then went to pan and scan. Well, one thing is for sure, IMAX is actually filmed in 16:10.
Speaking of aspect ratios, that's one of my favorite things about Daredevil is how it plays around with its aspect ratios depending on what is happening in the scene, and how, you know, when Matt's listening to something, you know, the letterboxes go in, and then the lens. I think they do the thing where they pull it back on a dolly while zooming in, type thing like that. Yeah, they
so
do
it
some cool
skews
stuff.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like those. I like those cinematic touches that they do for sure. What's funny is that sometimes theaters have physical letterboxes. Like I remember back then, we used to see like the vertical curtains close in on a movie.
Yeah.
We would just leave it full screen, man. But they wanted the letterbox to be black, right? And then so projectors back then didn't have a black level that was completely black, so they had physical letterboxing. But yeah. How did we get on this topic? Oh, X-Core. Man.
X gonna give it to you.
What is this song? This, I feel like I'm playing like Quackshot. Right? It's one of the levels. You got something on your
I don't
lip.
know.
You got something on your lip.
I feel like a cartoon character that's like sneaking down the stairs at night.
All right, let's talk about Maul Shadow Lord, the last 2 episodes. Or do you want to talk about Mandalorian Grogu? That is probably the most relevant thing that's come out this week. But like they both came out this week, so what do you guys what do the monsters want to talk about in the chat? What do you guys want us to talk about?
When did we decide on monsters?
I decided
is that the
on
thing?
monsters.
When?
When I woke up and said, real monsters. Talk about Maul. Okay, let's talk about Maul. You guys can call in live. The link is pinned in the chat if you guys want to join in on the conversation. So, this past week on Maul, we got a glimpse of Maul's grooming methods. What are his grooming methods, Choco?
I mean, I don't know. You probably just disagree. I almost don't like to call it a grooming method because it didn't feel like he honestly just feels lonely to me. Like he just feels very lonely. And like he doesn't have any peer. There's no one in his orbit that's anywhere near an equal, and he sees this, the master Padawan relationship, and I think he's genuinely like, man, you're lucky to have her. You know what I mean? I less see it. No, but like I less see it as a Palpatine type grooming, but I don't know.
I mean,
That might just be me.
I still liken it to grooming because like he's trying to plant ideas in her head, and you know, without a definitive age, she is most likely young and impressionable, and taking advantage of a time where survival is key, and
You know what it is?
He's also trying to subvert.
To me, there feels like there's a level of sincerity to it. Of yes, he wants her on his side. Yes, his survival is at stake. But I think he also is very much aware that his survival is at stake too. You know what I mean? Like when I think, and again, this is just me. I very well be wrong. But I view Palpatine as grooming because Palpatine was actively telling Anakin what Anakin wanted to hear, whether or not that was the truth. You know what I mean? He was specifically trying to poison against everyone that cared about him, while he's also, you know, running around the back end doing stuff to make that true, and then putting Padme in danger, trying to assassinate. You know what I mean? Like, he's pulling the strings, creating a false reality. And Maul, on the other hand, it feels like he's coming to terms with, this is my reality. This is our reality. Yes, you're a Jedi. You need to move beyond that. I was a Sith. I've moved beyond it. I've almost, there's a level of sincerity that feels like it's there that kind of differentiates itself for me.
I mean, both things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
He could be sincere about it, but he's also grooming her to think the way he thinks. It is a. I point back to Chimere and Osha. It is a oft used manipulation tactic to paint the picture that you and this person are alike, where Chimere is kind of taking advantage of Osha's belonging and trying to make her doubt the Jedi teachings. Maul is trying to take advantage of the fact that Devin is cornered and has to survive as well and make adjustments and adapt, but he's trying to make it where she needs to adapt to his way.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because I also didn't super feel like Chimere was grooming either. You know, he's like, I left a Jedi, you've left a Jedi. I think we see the same mistakes, but just so you know, there's other ways for us to access the Force still. And they're not
Chimere was
in all
straight
their
up
perspective, but
Chimere is straight up manipulating.
I mean, he was trying. He also feels like he was just trying to bang her too. but I
mean, he wants. It's actually the same thing. Both of them. They want an acolyte. They want an apprentice.
The way I don't know that I'm fully explaining myself. Like, you know how well,
Maul,
I don't know.
Okay, wait. Smart Guy says, I agree Maul isn't being as devious as Sidious. There aren't varying degrees with which you hit the manipulation threshold. He's not as devious as Sidious, but he is still trying to manipulate how Devin sees the world in order to see the things the way he sees it. Both Chimere and Maul are trying to get their prospective apprentices to come to their side and see from their eyes.
Yeah, I guess I don't know exactly where to draw a line in certain things of like, I do sales for a living.
But you're not motivated by the dark side.
But I am trying to convince them of a worldview, of something I believe that's going to help them in the long run. There's things that they don't see because they haven't experienced it yet. So like there's aspects of it that I definitely view intent as being the main difference, just like how some people will throw out the word like indoctrination when sometimes it's like someone is just teaching a child the best way that they know how, versus trying to close them off from other perspectives and viewpoints to lock them in a box, but I don't know, these things exist on a spectrum. So
he's doing the most indoctrination. Again, it's classical manipulation tactics. The things that he is saying is the same thing that he's not as devious as Sidious, but he's still saying the same thing Sidious was saying to Anakin. Quote verbatim from the show: "You lack purpose. You lack hope. The only way you'll survive is if you come under me. Under my tutelage. I can teach you. I can bring out your potential." And Sidious was all about that with Anakin. He's like, you should be the most powerful Jedi, but they are limiting you. It really is honeyed words, and at the end of the day, it is manipulation. Because if you accept that Maul is genuinely feeling lonely, then he doesn't need to kidnap Devin. And he doesn't need to create the conditions with which she is a captive audience. If you don't, nothing happens to her. She just stays with Daki, and whatever happens there happens.
Maybe. No, I just again, when she said "I know who you are" and was instantly on the defensive, I mean that's why he captured her. But he also always intended that she was going to escape, and he was always going to let her. So I don't know.
Well, here's another thing too. She is also aware of his manipulation. That's why she subverts my expectation and doesn't fall for it immediately and returns to Daki. She says, "I know what you're trying to do." Right?
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get her on her side and get her on his side. Absolutely.
Take it easy, Gage.
Yeah, later, man.
Well, Sidious was coming from a place of still needing to hide his true identity, while both the stranger and Maul used their prospective new apprentices' knowledge of their identities to manipulate. Yeah, to manipulate. The only reason I come from this angle is because both Maul and Chimere would sooner kill if it doesn't work out, because Chimere was quick to throw the hammer down on May when she wasn't listening,
Yeah, and I think it'll, and you're probably right, and we'll probably see it more in the future. Just I'm excited to see how it goes as well, just because, kind of like when he was talking with Ahsoka, it felt like a genuine like, no, bad things are happening. This galaxy is changing. We have to figure out a way to change. I think we could do it if we do it together. It didn't feel like an attempt to control, right? Because to me, when it comes to manipulation, that's the ultimate purpose, is I want to control this being and will do or say whatever it takes to do it, versus trying to convince someone of your worldview. But we'll see how willingly she joins, or if it is fully manipulation and control, or if it starts as one and ends up as the other. Those are all possible things as well. I'm anxious to see it, because at the end of the episodes, we were kind of talking how part of my preconceived notion on how Daki was set up ended up not being the case, right? He was like, nah, we're getting out of here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so I'm curious now if Devin is going to see that her worldview from what she wants to do as a Jedi, which is protect the people around her, if she's going to genuinely see, well, Daki wants to leave. If I want to protect the people around me, this is actually the best way to do it, which is wrong, by the way. But yeah, I'm curious how we're going to land there.
Yeah, in terms of Ahsoka, I have no doubt that Maul knew he wasn't going to be able to manipulate Ahsoka, because she came in strong during the meeting. He wasn't also expecting her. So
yeah,
he was expecting Anakin, and then she showed up, and then he's like, well, Sidious has a new apprentice. We need to work together. I'm rooting for her falling to the dark side. I mean, I think that's the ultimate, like, crux of this show. I don't think I see a show in which Devin doesn't fall to the dark side,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting the way that the show is kind of framing things, as you said, with Jockey first being like trying to uphold like this decorum as a Jedi, but then being like, no, we can't win this war, so let's just dip. But he ultimately relents, and he accompanies Devin to go stop Maul. I do agree with you, though, that Maul is genuinely lonely. Like, the tinge of envy when he says your master is lucky is for sure a sign that he genuinely wants someone to be by his side to share in his cause. But at the same time, people can genuinely feel lonely and also manipulate people to see things from their perspective.
Yeah, and I think it's probably more of a definitional difference than anything else. I view it as basically viewing someone as a tool to be wielded. And I'm kind of seeing Maul as someone who everyone surrounding him is a tool with which he wields, and he doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be more interesting if Daki doesn't die and him and Devin just part ways. Yeah, well, you know how most apprentices form is when they lose their master.
And hopefully this subverts that. I'm actually with... sorry, I don't have that window, so I didn't see who said that. But
Phidias.
Phidias said it. Okay, yeah, I'm with Phidias. I want something where he gets captured. She needs to rescue him, so she reaches out to Maul. They save him, and then he's like, "All right, thank you. We gotta go though. You need to stay away from this dude." And then he'll be like, well, didn't you want to save people? Wasn't that your whole goal? Isn't that the whole thing you wanted to do? Who's stopping you from doing that, what you want? It's him, right? And then then she makes that choice. You know, I want her to choose it willingly and not be in a situation where there's just not any other option. You know.
Yeah, but I also think she can choose it willingly with Daki dying. I just think Daki's going to die. Just like how I
probably.
I thought. Well, I don't want to. Did everyone see Daredevil? No, I think so. So my prognosis of this is that Daki dies. She reluctantly works with Maul, but slowly but surely realizes that what she wants aligns with what Maul wants. Obviously through rose-colored glasses, because what Maul wants is revenge, and Maul wants dominion. You know, otherwise he wouldn't be posturing to reclaim the Shadow Collective throne, as it were. And yeah, Smart Guy says it also goes into his speech about losing his brother, the Night Sisters, and his criminal empire. And like, yeah, that's where that's where his authenticity comes in, his sincerity. But this is where I was telling Choco, as a salesman, you're not motivated by the dark side. So he genuinely has lost everything and wants someone by his side. There's no question he's sincere about that. But he operates with and is motivated by the dark side. So he's going to employ those things. He's going to compel people using emotions. No. And like, there's no part
he's
of him.
He's like a drug dealer. Like, hey, try some of this stuff.
There's no part of him that would be a Jedi being like, I can teach you. And then they say no. And it's like, that is your wish, right? He is totally banking on his I'm still gonna call it his manipulations to kind of bring Devin to his side. And he's not gonna give up on it. In the same way he didn't give up on Ezra until Ezra chose to not, entertain him any further.
Yeah, he's just a creep. But yeah, I just love when he's like shows up and he's like, "Oh, our student is here," and Kate is like, "Come on, man." Connor, I really hope that we see her bleed her crystal. I think we need to see it again.
I think we need to see her bleed it, like with ease. Iko Dio Daki is such a fun name. I love his name. Yeah. Although I love Uncle Daki the most.
Unc Doc.
Are you in good hands? I'm wondering why the Mandos are still with him. Do they still see him as the rightful ruler? Did they forgo the ruler stuff and just pledge loyalty to him? Lord Goob says.
I mean, yeah, they are with him.
Yeah.
Now, granted, at this point in time, like Mandalore itself is not in the greatest state. And the Empire is doing its thing and taking over everywhere. And so they probably see it as a better solution than being there, I don't know.
I'm actually on the side that they actually just don't care about Mandalore at this point. I think when the whole when Lawless happened and like Bo-Katan took a stance and freed Obi-Wan and like they couldn't they couldn't muster they couldn't stomach like a non-Mandalorian being a ruler of Mandalore. Those people split off with Bo-Katan, and people like Pre Vizsla and Rook and all, and like the Mandalorians with horns on their helmets. I think what you said, Lord Goob, I think they did pledge their loyalty to him, and they stopped being Mandalorian. and are just Maul's lackeys now, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about how Jango Fett is not a Mandalorian, and how a whole group of clones helped take back Mandalore, and then they all take off their helmets, and everyone's like, God! This guy, what the hell? He's everywhere now. I was like, that would just probably be really funny.
If she does bleed a crystal, it definitely wouldn't be hers. Unless Maul is like, nah, we're not following Sith ways. Just do it. But like, one of the reasons that Palpatine says you don't bleed your own crystal is because what happened to Ben. Like, honestly, bleeding your own crystal is essentially trying to fight against your own instability. And Ben's crystal cracked because of it. And so, like, you have to take someone's crystal and bleed and fight against their I suppose, convictions, as it were. And that's why we make the case that Soul surrendered along with Soul. And Vader had the toughest ass time because he was bleeding the crystal of a battle master. And that guy wasn't gonna go, his crystal wasn't gonna go down without a fight, you know. And I did say in my most recent video, those panels of them struggling is not an indication of the process. It's an indication of their mental state.
Yeah, for me, when it comes to, like, it's a panel. It's a single panel. I could sneeze, and if you take a picture at the right time, you'll see me exerting the most effort of all time, like a Herculean effort, and that's not actually what's happening, you know? Like, I don't know how, and also I don't know that bleeding a crystal is, you know, when you're opening a bag of chips and you're like, how much strength do I put behind this? Because if you put like an ounce too much, just a whole bag explodes, type of thing. That's also partially how I see it, you know. So, like, the way Vader does it, I assume he was just like, nah!
Yeah, I also think that Vader sensed that this crystal was resisting. You know?
I mean, I think it was... I also think it was mostly Anakin that was resisting.
True.
I mean, he literally has a dream of going to Obi-Wan and being like, I'm sorry.
I mean, in that panel, it's all images of him on the light side.
Yeah.
So again, an indication of their mental
and also,
state.
How much time was that as well? Because I also feel like on a Camwick panel, we don't know the passage of time. That was he unconscious for what that time span would be while he was having the vision, or is that like a 1 second thing? I don't know.
Jay Raymond on TikTok said, "Are you positing that she was able to bleed that crystal so thoroughly because of the strength?" Who?
I mean, he says she. We've only seen one.
Osha?
She bleed. Yeah.
I think that she was able to bleed the crystal because she was so filled with hatred and rage, and there was absolutely no conflict with it. And at the same time, Soul completely surrendered to her. It's okay. And so, you know, Soul's crystal didn't fight back.
Yeah. Like, she had more rage and anger and hatred, and rightfully so, than we've seen anyone who bleeds a crystal. And so that's one of the complaints I don't understand is people like, oh, so Anakin didn't feel anger and hate when he was killing younglings? And you're like, probably not. He doesn't hate younglings,
I mean, the
right?
most, like, I got a comment. You know? I got a comment earlier that was arguing his should have turned red when he killed the Sand People, but I'm like, no, he still came back and cried to Padme about his guilt about that. So it's like he wasn't fully he wasn't fully believing in his own rage and anger throughout that act.
And let's flip it around on Osha. Osha left the Jedi for a decade. Like she was not a Jedi on the light side who was turned in a short period of time. She was someone who was disillusioned with the Jedi and left for a decade before being brought in, and then having all of this stuff confirmed that she was already feeling. You know, I don't know. I see her having a lot more valid reason and an emotional reason, especially in that moment with this man who killed your mother. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you had more to say.
Well, I started reading it, and yeah, Connor. Not only that, but yeah, her crystal was visible. Not only was it visible, but she was physically touching it.
Yeah, I also think that, like, you know, people also mention like how she's like silent, and we talk about silent rage, but after Soul dies, she like she like falls to the ground exasperated. So most of that stuff was internalized, but you can see that she was like filled with so much emotion during that time. And I also feel like in Anakin's case, it was like out of a sense of like duty versus like a want and a desire. Like you know, during that comic, like he fights against Palpatine. He's like, stop it. Okay, we can work together, or I can kick your ass again. And then he's like, you need a lightsaber, but you need to take one from a Jedi. And so I think like Anakin at that point is just kind of like, oh, I guess I gotta do this. So
yeah. Jay says Osha's turn is a direct reflection of her superior's failure in a way even Anakin can't cop to, in my opinion. And you're right. And I like because everything she had a way more valid reason for turning, you know, and I don't know.
Because everything that Anakin felt about the Jedi was all fed to him from Sidious. Whereas Osha's master actually betrayed her. Like you're right about that. It's like the Jedi don't trust me. It's like they're pretty trusting of you so far.
They haven't kicked you out. Like, you are always lying to them. They should not trust you.
Maybe bleeding a kyber crystal is easy, but that's kind of boring. It's not easy. Like I don't think any depiction of bleeding a kyber crystal was easy.
I don't know. In Jedi Survivor, it looked pretty damn easy. He was just chilling. He was mid conversation.
I think so. Okay, I think this is like another like definitional like separation. The way I see easy is like you can just be like red, boom. You know what I mean? Like I think that displays like Dagan Gera portray ease, but he's still like filled with rage and anger.
Yeah.
Right? It's like they just wanted to throw it all away.
Okay,
you know?
but like he didn't look like he was about to like blow an O-ring. You know?
No, he wasn't. And at the same time, like Osha as well, it looks like it is with ease. But she's touching it and she's like trembling and she's just staring at this person that has lied to her for 16 years. And then at the very end of it, she like gasps and falls to the ground as if like she was like holding it all in and it was all just pouring into the crystal. So I don't think any depiction has been easy, but there are some people with which it happens with more ease, like Dagan and Osha, whereas Ben and Anakin were both conflicted and unstable.
Yeah, I think what and that's where I'm coming back to on it is I think your level of emotional intelligence probably correlates with how easily you can do it.
It takes a lot of power and strength to make it look easy. I just think like no matter how it looks externally, it's requiring a lot from from someone.
I mean, and then there's also the other side of like, you know, you and me are going to handle grief and anger and rage differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think people handle it differently, and it's not a physical trait. You know, like we can go back to Empire Strikes Back of Luke struggling to lift the X-wing, and it's like, it's too hard. No, it's not. He could do it. He could have done it then. He didn't believe it. It wasn't about physical strength or physical effort.
We are agreeing, Element. No, I'm not. This is sometimes this is how we kind of like talk shop. I'm not coming down on anything.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sometimes it might sound like arguing, but we're actually trying to.
We're very passionate.
Well, it's not. It's trying to like throw these things so that we can break them apart and examine them. You know, right or wrong. I like to take things apart and ask myself, am I right or wrong? Am I seeing this the right way or not? You know?
One of the best examples of this I like to point to is Taxi with Robert De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is freaking furious the entire movie. But all he does is laugh it off, and he doesn't really display much of it. He shrugs it, you know. But you can feel his rage in that movie.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes people will outwardly lash out and display it differently. But you know when somebody is like about to snap.
But and also I like how X-Corp puts it. It's just the whole thing with Vader and Anakin is the conflict in him between dark and light. It's his entire story. So of course corrupting Crystal is difficult. He tells Luke, I must obey, not I want to. And like yeah, and that's also, you know, Kylo Ren's whole story is that he has decided that he wants to be dark, and that's not truly what's in his heart. At least not after he's been exposed to Rey.
That also goes back to my point of like when Palpatine just smacks him down. He's like, "Now you need your own lightsaber." Like I feel like Anakin's just like, "Damn, all right, I gotta do this. I must obey. I don't really want to bleed a crystal, but like whatever."
That's actually one of the reasons I like the. I mean, we see it in all of the Vader comic runs. That Palpatine is all about controlling Anakin, and without Palpatine's constant interaction, I do think Anakin would have turned earlier, or maybe not turned, but I do see like we see moments in his journey where he softens, and then Palpatine's like, "Nah, man," and he like rips off his robot parts and then throws them on Mustafar, and it's like, climb out of here again. You know, like stuff like that happens all the time, because you know he starts to remember his old life. We see it in the Obi-Wan show. He's like, perhaps your feelings on this aren't quite clear. And Vader's like, no, I know, I'm just bad. Not worried about him. Don't worry about it.
I also think that is, you know, having played SOTOR as a Sith initiate, I also feel like that's part of Palpatine training Vader, right? Yeah. He's not gonna sit him down in like a conference room and be like, "This is the dark side." Like, no, he's gonna push his anger, his hatred. He's going to press his buttons repeatedly, and Vader's gonna come back all the time, really, really angry, and then Palpatine's like, lower your voice, and then Vader's like, okay, sorry, but like he's constantly urging Vader or pushing him to the edge.
Yeah.
You know?
You're now making me think that like the Empire, like as a corporation, has training videos he has to like sit through. He's like, Vader, you haven't completed your annual dark side compliance test. He's like,
Chapter 11. These are people in poverty. They don't matter. We're Star Wars lore masters. Of course, we talk about bleeding kyber crystals for 20 minutes. Oh, is that like that?
Or
that TikTok trend?
Yeah.
We're Star Wars lore masters. Of course, we start each question with actually. Jay says that's one thing I'd like Star Wars to do better at: redemption. They have to live it, not act and die. Well, there's redemption and there's absolution, right? And so I think, like, you know, Star Wars has always done the redeeming, but they've never actually had someone like atone.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite kind of examples of this is a character named Erica Quell from the Alphabet Squadron books. When it starts, she's leaving the Empire, right? She's never able to fully move on from that, and there's things that go back and forth. She'll get captured, whatever. Even when we get to the end of the book, you know, she has to live with the things that she has done and seen and been a part of, and it never stops weighing on her. And I really liked that about that book. Even though she's tried to do good to make amends, there's still you can't, you know, put the toothpaste back in the tube, you know.
Yeah, and that's always been like my number one friction with Anakin stans and Glazers, is because, like, as soon as he was like, you're right about me, as soon as he says that in Return of the Jedi, he's like, oh, you know, Anakin's all great, he's, you know what, it was a tragedy. Where, like, and then, like, if I game that out further, I'm thinking about Bloodline, where Luke is like, I was right, Leia, they're still good in him, and Leia's like, and he freaking tortured me, you know. I was like, geez. Yeah, like, there's still a lot that Anakin has to answer for, and it brings me also to Ahsoka, where, so if I'm everything you are, and Anakin's like, is this what this is about? It's like, it's kind of a big deal, Anakin. You haven't answered for any of that stuff.
We gotta address the elephant in the room a little, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
You've been a space Nazi for 20 years, like, you know, murdering people in the streets. You don't want to say anything about that?
Live or die. It's like, well, how do you feel about your genocide? You're genociding in the last 20 years. Is that what this is about? I mean, I kind of want to know. Can you imagine Ahsoka was like that? It's like, come on now. Jesus Christ. I know that's not all of who you are, but I feel like it's been half your life.
So I hate when I hear people go, oh, Anakin, he was a slave all of his life, first in slavery, like, and then to a Jedi that he could leave anytime he wanted, and he knew it, like, his Padawan left, his master was going to leave for him, his master's master left.
Yeah,
that's not
I mean,
oh, he spent half his life in the light and half in the dark. No, he didn't become a Jedi until he was, you know, like, he spent a lot more time as a Sith than he did a Jedi as well.
Yeah, it's also, you know, Jay says playing a bit of devil's advocate, but I like playing it out. We appreciate you, Jay. We love these discussions because, honestly, it, like, puts things into perspective. But, like, you know, talking about Anakin and, like, the tragedy of it all, but it's never truly, like, addressed at all.
Bro was a Jedi for like 3 years max. I mean, you're not wrong.
and
he got knighted after the war started. And then his defection ended the war. That was 3.5 years.
And, you know, the ultimate Sith lie is that so It's
I
just
love
funny
Anakin as a
we're-
character, by the way. I love Anakin.
It's funny too. Is like if you talk to like some of friends of our channel, like Eggy or JJ, they'll profess to the ends of the earth that the Sith are like they're Sith girlies and stuff. And one of the reasons that they would is because they want to be free and they want to use their abilities, but like that is the Sith lie. The dark side is just another shackle. The code may say my chains are broken, but you know, it's still, you're still shackled by your emotions, by the dark side.
Again, it's like a meth addict being like, well, I'm freer than you, as he goes into a meth fueled coma for a few days and can't leave it ever.
Let's see, bro was a Jedi like 3 years max. Wait, what? No, Anakin
he was knighted for 3.5 years.
Yeah, he trained for 10 though.
Still, he was a Sith for 22. For 23 years.
He was a Sith longer than he was a Jedi. That's funny.
Yeah.
Then committed war crimes for 3 straight years as a Jedi Knight. Hey, we still love Chopper though. I'm gonna need half the hate that Mace and Yoda get to be applied to Anakin and his decisions. Right? But you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
They'll say that, like you said, the Sith are free to do what they want. Yet Vader is like, I must obey my master. Otherwise he'll kill me. And you're like, yeah, that's...
He's got that discount freedom. And that's the thing, right? Like people that have trouble with authority will seldom make that argument, right? Like people trying to like enact discipline on you, like, man, I feel so suffocated. So they'll turn to like a drug that like completely takes over their faculties entirely.
I mean, I do have a problem with authority, but that's separate.
I mean, I do too, but our answer to it is not. Harris says, I'm all for Yoda slander except when it's applied to Anakin. Give me some Yoda slander, Harris.
I'm all for slander that's appropriately applied.
Well, if it's appropriately applied, it's not
people...
slander. It's just accountability.
No, it's slander. Like there's a lot of weird Mace Windu hate, but also some people are like, Mace Windu, man, he's such a dick. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
So was Mr. Belding. He was still the principal. I never understood how Darth had no resentment of Palpatine because he couldn't save Padme. He did. The first thing he did in the comic in 2017 was attack Palpatine, but he got smacked.
And then, yeah, Palpatine took his lunch money real bad and was like, you do this again, you're gonna be with Padme again, if you know what I mean. He's like, okay.
What show was it? Where was it? I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you.
It was Rush Hour.
Oh yeah, I'm slapping. Yeah, he for sure lashed out at Palpatine. He's like, you said we could save her. He's like, calm down. Slapped him. Yoda constantly hiding stuff from the Jedi Council in the Clone Wars, Season 6 Orders, and in Dark Disciple and in the Acolyte. Alright, that's what he did. Like, where's the slander in that, though? So Yoda.
Okay,
wait.
I do have a problem with the last part, though.
He did. I just want to address
What did he hide from anyone in the Acolyte? Like we have no idea what he knew. We don't know what Vernestra knew. We don't have any of that information.
So Harris says, also the High Republic Yoda was hiding stuff. Yoda didn't hide anything. Yoda said this could be a weapon that could be used against us, and then 100 years went by where the weapon didn't appear. Yoda wasn't hiding anything. If they were constantly being attacked by these things, I'm pretty sure Yoda been like, guys, this thing exists. But like,
you know, that's a good point, because like he didn't like make an effort to hide the history of it or anything. You know, like the Shriekerai were out and about. They were a known thing amongst the Jedi for a hot minute.
Yeah. And they had bedtime. What are they called?
Fairy tales,
lullabies?
stories, songs. Yeah.
Nah, Yoda, my guy. I love his comic run where he grapples with his failures and commits to the light. Yeah. No, Yoda's made mistakes, but like, if you try to like come for him in like some weird ass way, I'm a slap you. Yoda had the breadth of experience to avoid the traps he fell into, but you could say his experience is what hung him. For 900 years of his breadth of experience, he had never encountered Sidious. I don't know what anybody's talking about where Yoda has the experience to have the foresight to counter what Sidious does in the prequels.
Well, okay, it's kind of like a couple things. Before the Phantom Menace starts, Palpatine rules the galaxy. It's already over by that point. He just rules it behind the scenes, but he's pulling the strings for everything already, right? The second thing is they don't know that the Sith exists, and the Sith are planning a 1,000-year plan by gathering power and allies and information and working behind the scenes to subvert what the Jedi do and are. So I also really hate the idea that like, oh, if only the Jedi had done this, then that would have saved them, you know, like from that. But Palpatine would see that they're doing that and he would do something different. Like, you have to understand that there will be counterplay behind whatever is done, without acknowledging that, you know, like, it's just like people were like, oh, if the Jedi had just brought Shmi to Coruscant, then Anakin wouldn't have turned. And you're like, no, that's idiotic. That would have just given Palpatine another tool to use against Anakin in trying to turn him. Like, it wouldn't have just gone the same. You have to understand that there's going to be counterplay, and Palpatine literally had all of the cards. They're playing a game that didn't even know they were playing.
Eric said Plagueis is long dead by the time of the Phantom Menace. No, that's not true. Timeline's book places his death around 32 BBY.
Yeah, I mean, in the expanded universe, Plagueis dies during the Phantom Menace.
So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what people are referring to when they say Yoda should have had the wisdom to, but like Palpatine, Plagueis, their shadow plays were unheard of, right? I don't think anything in Yoda's time prepared him for complete dominion over the Republic and an orchestrated war from the same source, right? And we know how the Jedi feel from that scene in the beginning of the Phantom Menace when Qui-Gon is reporting what happened on Naboo, not Naboo, on Tatooine. Impossible. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium. And then Mace goes, I don't think the Sith could have returned without us knowing. This is the hubris. These are the Jedi who are thinking the Sith are going to come out and announce themselves, right? Because let's just grant that the Old Republic is canon for a second. They think that a bunch of Sith infiltrators are going to show up in space and be like, "We have returned," right? Yeah. That's what Mace says, but he says, "I don't think that they could have returned without us knowing." And Yoda is the only one that says, "Hard to see the dark side is. Don't be so quick to dismiss Qui-Gon's report," right?
Yeah, Yoda is usually the most pliant, the most like easily accepting that he doesn't have all the answers of anyone on the Jedi Council.
Is he too cautious to a fault? I would say so. But, you know, he's always been like that. Always in motion is the future. Don't be so quick to act on visions, you know. You know, I can imagine a timeline where Yoda like sees that one right there, where Yoda sees the vision from the Force planet with the priestesses, and then just goes batshit crazy over the Senate and like just kills everybody. He's like, no.
Yoda was pretty pissed off that Obi-Wan trained Anakin in the beginning. It's like to begin with.
Yeah. For
some reason, a lot of people forget that the Jedi Council agreed. It was only Yoda that was like, I don't.
The people expected the Sith to show up and attack the Jedi like in the Old Republic cutscene. Well, yeah, when the game came out, the very first cutscene with Nico Akar, they're like they just show up, and then Nico Akar looks out the viewport. He's like, oh no, it was Khao Sen. He looks out the viewport. He's like, the Sith have returned. Like, you know, that's what they expected.
Just inspecting the troops. Come on, fighting with the double-bladed and the single lightsaber. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, he was a badass. And like, you know, what does there is no emotion look like? And I'm like, well, look at Satine, not Satine. Look at Satine. Khao Sen dies. She feels it, and then she continues to fight. That's you know, feeling it and then letting it go. Somehow the Sith has returned. Like they show up with their like cruisers and stuff. An entire fleet. Could you imagine an entire fleet shows up and and Ki-Adi-Mundi's like, impossible. That's absurd. He still has that hubris in the Acolyte. She does not know her master, but she's afraid of him. Apprentice doesn't know her master. It's absurd. It's like, okay, that means nobody can know their master now. Okay. He's a political idealist.
What if they met over Zoom? Well, oh man, the big old derpy conehead.
That's why I put that in my latest video. Like, remember, guys, Attack of the Clones broke canon because Dooku is a political idealist, not a murderer. Let's not rewrite history, guys. Ki-Adi-Mundi is like 0 of 5 when it comes to identifying Sith. He's 0. His batting average is 0 when it comes to ice cream flavors.
Also 0.
I just like ice, please. What flavor? Ice.
Ice flavored. What? Oh man. Actually, it's funny because of I'm thinking of Uncle what's his face again?
Daki.
Uncle Daki. He's now that since we established he doesn't have a tail and he's not actually a lizard. He's a Verk, right?
A Verg?
A Verk.
Verk.
Same as Coleman Trebor.
Maybe.
He just has some like stubble. I don't know. I don't know. It's not hair. It's
So
just,
if we-
it's
I don't know.
little bits.
If I think of Cadge and Treber, or Robert and Jack, that's what they would look like typically, and they're taller. Did they say that Ducky was a new species, Nemo?
Ducky.
I like how Harith is calling him Ki Audi Mundi. I want a Jedi Master called Honda Toyota.
Okay. So Wikipedia has his species as a Mosk.
Mossic.
Mossic. Yeah.
Interesting. New species. That'll do.
It's interesting though, because when we see him in the latest episode, when his hood is off, I really feel he looks very Burke-like.
Yeah.
Maybe they're cousin species. I don't know.
But then you would have to like, what is they're like, then you'd have to be like all Deveronians are Chagrians because of their horns. Like, you know, I think some species look similar to each other.
No, so like Nemoidians and what Cad Bane is are cousin species. Like that is a thing that exists.
The hell? I had it at the tip of my tongue. No, he's not a Bith. That's Tenebrous. He is a what the hell, man? Cad Bane is a Duros.
Yes. No, Neimoidians and Duros are or were related species. I guess that might not be canon anymore, but they were always cousins.
E.J. How about a Jedi Master Kia Mazda? You almost walked into that. Shout out to our boy Alex Lezio. A Jedi Master that is a what year is it? 1992 a Mazda Miata.
Mazda Miata, yeah. Master Miata. I mean, I could see it.
Ellie thumbed through the whole Rolodex for that one. I mean, I literally have to do that. I mean, everybody in the chat got it, obviously. But every time I have to, like, yeah, I do kind of thumb through. There's also a thing called convergent evolution. Is that canon?
I mean, I honestly thought that's largely what created them. Actually, originally they think they were called Neimoidian Duros. Like it was like a double name thing.
Yeah, isn't there like there's also, oh my gosh, what is, there's also like subspecies of gosh, what is the species of Hondo Onaka? Weequay?
Yeah.
There's also like, there's like greenskin Weequay. There's like Nikto. That's the one. Okay, archive. Thank you. There's also like subspecies of Nikto as well, like green skin Nikto and gray skin Nikto. But Hondo is a Weequay, right?
Yeah, he's a Weequay. He's not a Nick though. What was the other pirate? He was in the Mando.
Is
Damn. Yeah, his name is now eluding me.
Vane?
Yeah, Vane was.
I was thinking of like
Nick,
the seaweed head pirate. What was his name?
Oscar.
What was it? Chat. What was this guy's name? I forget his name. It's like
it was Oscar the Grouch. I'm pretty sure.
Starts with a G. Gorian Shard. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, Gorian Shard.
I just
really
need,
good.
man. I just need like a sliver of like a sound that comes through to remember the entire name. Salad the Hut. Listen, that doesn't exist. Salad Sharked. He was truly a seaweed man. All right, chat. Give me your best Mandalorian name. And no Catans either. Use the houses. Vizsla, Rook, Cast, or not Rook. Vizsla, Cast. I suppose you can use the clans too. Ren. Lord, I knew Lord. Someone was going to say post Vizsla for sure. Bodhi Rookcast. Ayo.
Jodo Cast.
Jaster Instagram reel.
I do wonder though if through Rook we could get a Jodo Cast, you know, because it would be interesting if someone who survived saw the opening and took up Boba Fett's mantle for a while, you know, while he was out of commission, and we couldn't literally get the twin engines of death like play out.
I thought you were going to say through Rook, all things are possible. Jay Raymond says wide crease.
Judo Cast.
Let's see. X-Core said Silzar Jost. Just sounds like a Mandalorian. Okay.
Sounds like he hosts a Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live.
J. says Hegseth Saxon. Sounds too much like Hegseth. I'm sorry. I mean, he would be a warmonger Mandalorian for sure.
Jodocast as a villain for a second season of the Book of Boba Fett would be interesting. That would be interesting, especially amongst the fan base, if you had a Boba Fett that was acting more like the Boba Fett they think he should act like, and then our Boba Fett like just straight up murdered his ass.
Harold Saxon. Just like Steve.
Alto Saxon.
Anglo Saxon. Obi-Wan Kryze. You're just not.
You just cut out the middleman. I like it.
Just going for it.
Listen, Obi-Wan would absolutely take her name.
He would. He'd look at it with Kenobi. No. I like Kryze. Steve the Mandalorian, Steve. Broadcast. Nice. Where did Harry Balsagna come from? Rothgar.
Except
cast.
I looked at it and my brain just read Harry Baloney.
Harry Lasagna. Ugh, that sounds gross. All right, what's your Mandalorian name? Come up with one.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, a Brando Calrissian.
Calrissian's not a Mando house or clan. Pronounce Balzania like lasagna. Harry Balzania. Oh, okay. I got it now.
Cheesy Crease. That sounds like a nice like sugary snack.
Because I love Sabine, and if she were ever down, I would also take her name. I think I would have to go with a red name. I feel like I have to type this. Valketh Ren. That's mine. I'll type it in so the monsters can...
I'll be Cove Crease.
Cove Crease?
Yeah.
Like Cove Reaper of Seoshin? Did you see that music video that I linked?
I did. I was surprised to see him back, but no. Cove is the protagonist of my IP.
Stop taking people's names, but they need those. What you mean?
Shin Ren. I see what you're doing, Goob, and I approve.
Freda Rook, Thenrin Eldar. Okay. I haven't seen too many Eldars in Star Wars. I like how like Rook is a house, but like there's also a Rook in the cast. Cove Crease is kind of fire. Yeah, got that alliteration bonus points. Sounds close to Valkorian. No, it doesn't. Valketh? Valkorian? It just shares Val. Oren Ishi. What does that mean?
Oh, Ren Ishii. Is that like a Erika Ishii thing?
I don't know.
Because I also approve.
Do you remember the pirate Grabbin' Maw?
Grabbin' Moff? What?
Grabbin' Maw.
Yes. I love grabbing my
balls. Kind of Saxon. Well, combined with Ren, like the full name, it kind of did. Oh, Valketh Ren. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I suppose I could see that. The pirate did what now? Oren Ishii, isn't that Kill Bill? Is it? There's also Teabag and Ma. Dippin' Ma. I like Dippin'
Dots.
Hey. What about Sabine Satine? Satine's a given name. It's It's not a house or a clan. Jay Remnant said deep in Kreese. Y'all are creative. These are good names. Dinner. Wow, Goob. I think you need to go stand in the corner for that one. All right, let's talk
So,
about
question: are you are you going to see? So they are going to be re-releasing Avengers Endgame in a new format that is called Infinity Vision.
Is that the thing I've been seeing with like the Matrix and then they like?
Yeah, apparently it's yeah. And it's supposed to have additional scenes added that will play into Doomsday, and so they're re-releasing it on the same day, right?
It's the same day as what?
As oh, never mind. No, sorry. It's so in September they are re-releasing Avengers Endgame, so that you can watch that because in December Doomsday comes, so they want you to watch both of them.
Apparently,
and I think the goal is to make Endgame the biggest movie of all time.
Well, according to Nemo, it says it's just a certification. It's nothing new. It's not a new format. Infinity Vision is a certification to help compete with Dune's IMAX contract.
Oh.
So what does Infinity Vision mean? Also, what is the thing that I've been seeing with the Matrix? It's called the 8K Immersive Dome. Or Cosm.
Okay. So, like I was talking about how Travis and I went to San Francisco to watch The Force Awakens. That was a true, like the true IMAX screen. Now there are other places with smaller screens, but they are IMAX certified, and so it sounds like this is just a new edition / variation / competitive certification.
I was thinking about this new thing called shared reality by Cosm. That's what the Matrix thing is. I'd like to see Star Wars in shared reality.
Now, I will say that Pep and I went to the first showing of the latest Alien movie, and that was in 4D. That was a cool experience.
Yep.
Having your seats move around and stuff sprays the back of your legs, and we got wet. They also had things that sprayed you.
Yeah, there were like air jets too. So if like something whizzed by you, it would go like a bullet. It's cool. It's cool.
When something smelled weird, a guy would walk up and fart in front of you, just kind of crop dust.
I would love to see.
I am a little bummed out because I have some friends who saw the Top Gun movie in the same format, but they said it was actually kind of bad. Like they almost fell out of their seats.
Hey man, sometimes it's just. You know what I would like to see in 4DX? I would like to see.
Fast and Furious, of course.
No, I would like to see Morbius. So every single time
it feels like we're morbing.
Every single time Adria Arona shows up, she actually walks past your seat.
So IMAX can make me sick too. Yeah, I did a really stupid thing, and I saw the first time I saw Cloverfield was in IMAX, and I nearly threw up everywhere. That was just a bad idea because your eyes couldn't see anything to focus on, so just everything was just moving constantly, and I had to walk out of the theater.
Are you talking about like IMAX 3D?
This wasn't 3D, but like, you know, like Cloverfield was a shaky cam movie, and so imagine not being able to see the edges of the screen during a movie that has shaky cam. You know, it's like being on a boat without seeing the horizon, and like, yeah, it was really bad.
That'd be so funny if like movies like standardized shared reality. We started seeing videos on YouTube's like 10 things you missed, 10 Easter eggs in this movie, right? And one of the Easter eggs, if you turn around during this scene, you can see this character. Oh, I completely lost them. I didn't see them at all.
That would be really cool though if we got to the point where things were shot. I mean, honestly, we really could do that already with the volume, you know. And they could have us that you're just sitting in the middle of everything, and wherever you look, you're just in the scene. I actually feel like like Dune would go hard like that. Like you're just in a desert.
Yeah, and then there's like what are they called? Spice worms? Just coming at you behind you. Oh my god. That's gonna be part of our future Star Wars trivia. When Anakin kills the Neimoidians on Mustafar, who is standing there looking shocked behind you? Just like some random protocol droid. Oh!
I mean, imagine the cameos you can now insert.
That, yeah.
I imagine everything Pep watches. He's like, Quillen? He's here, I know it. Quillen.
You're in Dexter's diner, and you're just like looking around at the booth to see if like Sav Maligan's there. Where you at, Sav? I
saw the last Avatar in 4D. That was cool. The best part was a very subtle chair move that came at a point where you would naturally sigh with relief. That's cool. Actually, I did not.
Profit.
Oh, thank you, Kai Ricardo. I really appreciate it. I'm always at work when y'all go live, so I listen to the VODs, but just want to say thank you both for all you do. Been loving the streams recently. Well, yeah, when you get a chance, feel free to call in and join us, but we definitely appreciate the $5 ramen drop. And yeah, we appreciate all of you.
Appreciate that, Kyber. We are, you know, we do regularly take live calls, so if you ever want to join in on the conversation live with us, feel free to do so. We want also a lot of people in the community to take more of an active participation in our discussions.
Also, if any of you guys are not sure why we call them ramen drops, it's because we literally take the money that comes in, and for all the people in the community that came out for DYAD Con, we bought ramen for everyone.
We also did that at the first celebration as well.
Yeah.
Also, how many people are coming to Celebration next year? Let us know. We'll do like a meet and greet.
Yeah, May 6th. They're doing the tickets. I gotta make sure I get there.
I mean, I'm just gonna hit up DePaul again. Nah, if I send you money, could you also? Because I might not be able to sit there and you know, refresh like
that's a great
certain goblins like Harith likes to sit there with multiple devices refreshing and refreshing.
That's a great question. I mean, my work is pretty flexible, so I'm sure they wouldn't mind me think
Travis
he's trying to do that.
Mitchell super chatted 4.99 ramens. Good afternoon,
Travis
everyone.
Mitchell.
Clapping emoji.
Hey, thank you for the
you.
ramen drop, $4.99. Appreciate you. Good afternoon, Travis Mitchell. I'm hoping they drop Repop because of the Reed Pop because of the ice thing, but I really want to go to Celebration. That's totally up to you. We did do some research on that, and Reed Pop does not share ticket holder information with any outside vendor. It's just that they are subsidiaries of something called RealX, I think, that do have a contract, but again, like, that's not it's not like a trickle down thing where like Reed Pop is part of that. But if you guys have your own hesitation to go to Celebration, that's completely fine. That's your decision.
Yeah, do with what you're comfortable with. It's weird times here, we get that.
Super Shattered, yeah. I mean, it's an ongoing gag that we have with SH4T, which is our droid. When you type super chat, it says super chat, and if you type super chat, it says super chat, and it's like weird. But it's fun, So not directly affiliated. No, they are a what is it called? Their parent company is RealX, but Reed Pop themselves came out and said that they personally do not share ticket holder data with ICE. So
I've never been to a Celebration either. Only read about it in the Insider magazine. It's a magical place. It is a magical place.
I think that for what it's worth, Celebration is worth the price of admission with how many people we meet. Like 90% of my current circle of friends have come from meeting them at Celebration. Yeah, we did know each other by virtue of like being mutuals or like, knowing people from my comment section, our community here in the chat. What I'm referring to now is DYAD monsters, and I'll let Choco decide whether he wants to, concur with that. But like, we've always met amazing people at Celebration, and it's like a true depiction of what Star Wars fans are. Like, no one is there trying to like rag on a Rey cosplay or someone cosplaying as Kylo Ren or the Stranger. They're all there to enjoy Star Wars, and rightfully so. They've spent hundreds of dollars to be there. They're not gonna waste it trying to be a douchebag.
Yeah, but like ultimately, it's the truest reflection of what the Star Wars community is. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, there's a lot of people who are there who are not the chronically online people. There's also a lot of people there who are the people who don't go online because they don't want to be part of the nonsense. I don't know. It's just truly like when you're sitting in just an absolute packed auditorium for the High Republic that they literally, the line out the door, they ran out of space inside, and you're just with all your people. It was just pretty damn good.
Yeah, I just got here. Are you guys going to Celebration? Yeah. It's a relatively low investment for us because we're in California. So, I mean, I've gone to London, and a bunch of our mutuals have gone to Japan, but we try to make a lot of cons to not only like cover Star Wars, but also to meet up with a lot of people in the community as well.
The great thing about the community is like the people that you meet, the people that we've met. I mean, a lot of us met specifically through the TikTok side of things, and there's just very little distance between the creators and the people, at least in our communities. So everyone was just like we thought they were going to be, right? Some people were, a little bit quieter than you would think, but again, it was all warmth, it was all love, and we just had a blast together the entire time.
But I like to say this is what happens when introverts have to extrovert. It's they do so under the umbrella with which they enjoy their introvertedness, which is Star Wars, right? You might be shy at first, but then you start talking Star Wars and you start sharing your passion, everything goes out the roof. Obviously, introverts have social batteries, but it's a shared passion.
Mine runs out. I don't think I've ever made a full Sunday. I just go home.
See, that's how I feel about Rebel Scum Con, but I know Celebration is 50 times bigger, which is going to be the next con we are going to be at, Rebel Scum Con. And I did just submit our panel application too. We will be doing, we haven't been approved yet, but I've just,
I have a good feeling.
Yeah.
I might know a guy.
We will be doing a panel on Balance in the Force, the masterclass, and it's going to feature all things George Lucas quotes, because that's the authority most people kind of fall back on. And luckily, everything that George Lucas has said runs parallel with everything that's canon.
I was gone because of work, so this might be random, but are you guys following the Fall of the Quartering? No, but that sounds delightful.
I've seen it through by virtue of Eric debunks and stuff. Because we're friends with Anthony Gramuglia and Eric and the anti woke, or just the folks at Shieldcast, essentially trying to fight back against the chuds. So I've seen some of it, not too familiar with all of the details surrounding the fall, but you know what, just like Choco said, sounds wonderful. I know a lot of cool people are in Cali, so I want to go. Yeah, man, we need to meet too, Nemo.
KG says, can't wait for my first con tomorrow. Gotta break out of my shy shell to rep the Hunt for Ben Solo campaign. Nice.
Let's go.
KG, whereabouts are you, if you don't mind me asking? And which con are you going to?
Also, Star Wars does help if you do want to break out of your shell. I remember the first time we filmed with random fans, our trivia stuff. It was so rigid. It's hi, can we film you for a quick pop quiz and you can win something? And everybody was kind of feeling it. I was all right, thank you, bye.
Everyone failed it horribly. It was really bad.
We went up to a Rey and a Kylo cosplayer, and they failed horribly with Rey and Kylo questions, but that's okay. Some people just love the characters. What is your first con, by the way, KG? Small con in Huntsville, Alabama. Oh, okay. We have a couple of friends in Alabama.
Yeah, and they need cool people.
Yeah. If you
shout out to Cal 4. Not
to
dox them.
No, I mean follow at Cal4 twitch.tv/Cal4 CALFORRER. Also follow on TikTok at Ocean Philly. OCEANFILLY. If you want to learn about marine biology and stuff. Rebel ScumCon made me realize that casual Star Wars fans have so much fun because they aren't worried about trivia or online discourse. Yeah. And again, just like Choco said, it's a reflection of actually, because like even the Star Wars channel on YouTube has 3 million subscribers. That's not everybody. You know, some people, some people have just like subscribed, and some people just like stop watching YouTube. Some people just aren't chronically online either. I would accept that trivia challenge, but the second you start asking about ship models, I lose. All right.
Yeah, I mean, we all got holes. We all got things we're weak on.
First card for the monsters. Oh, this is an easy one. Come on, man. Depending on the concept of randomness. Gosh, I keep on. First card I pulled, Palpatine. Second card I pulled, Maul. All right, what kind of weapon does Chewbacca carry? E.J. says, I watched your live for 500 minutes. Let's go. Appreciate you giving us your minutes. Ugh, I just pulled Anakin Skywalker. What the hell? Is this deck just all important characters? Bowcaster is right. Oh, okay, here's one. What does Captain Phasma demand that FN2187 turn in for inspection aboard the Finalizer? His blaster is correct. Everyone's correct.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Sorry, because it came out, but it's true.
What was Janna's stormtrooper identification number? I finally got you guys.
It isn't talked about on screen, but I speculate Kylo Ren was one who asked for his blaster to be inspected, and that's why he knew the traitor by name. Yeah, he didn't fire, and he claimed it was a malfunction. You know.
What was her stormtrooper identification, Choco?
No, Kyber got it right. It was 2814.
No.
Damn. I don't know.
I mean, I laughed, but I just looked at the card. I didn't know what it was. Her stormtrooper identification was TZ1719. She does say it in the movie.
Exactly. See, I knew it. No, I'm kidding.
You like how I said Zed? I'm British now. That's a number I can't pull out of my butt. It's true.
I listened to that Janet Finn book, and they said it so many times I should have known it. I need to catch up on those. You know what? It's. I can't wait for the nightmare time period we're in to be over. Because it's true, I may follow what's going on a lot, but it, to me at least, is a comfort because it becomes really apparent when we're being gaslit, because the day-to-day information does not line up with reality.
Yeah.
You know?
How would we call in? If not tonight, then maybe next time. Yeah, we're about to wrap things up, so, unfortunately, we won't be taking any calls at this moment, but we normally take calls. There's a link in the description of this stream that you can click on to join the call. But we're not taking them at the moment as we're winding down.
Yeah. Also, yes, my back is much better. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
Not sure if you read the Rise of Skywalker comics that just released. They flat out make Finn use the Force several times throughout. Yeah, I mean he uses the Force to he uses the Force to sense Rey dies.
No.
He also used it with Janna. I forget what it was though.
Yep, but I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, Fade. Do we have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Am I allowed to say I don't like that they created her character just so the black man could have a black female love interest, but then she's the daughter of Lando?
I mean, I feel you. You know, it felt. You know what? To me, it felt like. I mean, you know how early Cloak and Dagger comics, they were not allowed to be together because it was interracial. It felt like something like that, where they're like, first he was into Rey, and then they're like, well, we can't have that. We gotta give him something else. All right, let's do it again. Like, yeah, I do feel like he got shortchanged as a character, and was an afterthought. And quite a bit.
At the same time, I never truly saw Janna as a love interest for Finn. That just might be me. I always saw it as like a kinship because they're both stormtroopers that mutinied or like went against their commands and stuff.
No, to be honest, I didn't truly think of either Janna or Rose as love interests for Finn. I didn't see any chemistry there, but and I thought I thought Lando was was into her, but that's a whole separate thing. It felt weird.
Zori Bliss also existed so Poe could have a female love interest and not Finn. I don't know, because Zori kind of shuts him down, like at the pass.
Yeah, it did feel a little bit though, like Zori was like, "See, he's not gay. See," and then you're like, "That doesn't."
But then again,
doesn't mean he's not gay though.
Yeah, almost
or
like
it doesn't mean he's not into
like pansexual people exist. Or bisexual people.
Which, by the way, Lando is pansexual. Also, so is Billy D.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is Finn Poe is still possible? Yes. So we agree they're just a polycule? Yes. Listen, if you can see that Zori Bliss is a potential love interest, you can also see Poe bite his lips when he sees Finn in his jacket.
Yeah. Lando was married to a droid. Listen, right now, in the real world, in the year 2026, people bang robots. You're telling me in Star Wars it doesn't happen? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Like, once
now
the
I'm doing the
technology
cringe
is
thing
there,
of wondering how it works.
It works very well.
Listen.
I do love Phoebe Waller-Bridge though. If you haven't watched, what's her show? Well, it's really good. I said I'm fading really, really fast. After I yawned, it was like a veil of tired fell on me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Choco is fading. You know what that means. It's time for Pictionary. I'm just kidding. I imagine she's proud of who he is. Doesn't want him to backtrack to her. That's just my headcanon, though. I mean, you know, I think that's just, it was just part of, like, if we're still talking about if we're still talking about Poe and Zori, I just think that's just like, you know, one of those things where they just like hooked up once. That's all. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for rocking with us, DYAD monsters.
And there's a hand gesture too. Is that like a
no?
Like
I
a
was
unicorn
just no. I wanted to scratch my forehead, but then I was like, DYAD monsters. I was like, yeah.
I was like, oh man, we got a signature hand gesture. Like that's legit. No, we appreciate all of you though for hanging out with us. It's always fun to sit and watch trailers, talk shop. We'll definitely have more, Shadow Lords and just other stuff to talk about now.
We should have our own gang sign. Oh man, I don't know what it would be, but that's it. On to the next one.
For Light and for Life.
Choco, we are all monsters.
Unicorn horns. Good night.